Well, I believe kids are going astray. It's simple, man. The parents not at home. The parents not raising their kids. And I'm not going to just say they're not raising their kids, because some parents really believe that they're raising their kids. But I'm here to put in perspective of some things that people don't pay attention to. As far as independence, I think a woman should be independent to a certain extent. For example, if you're single, a single mother, then you should be independent, because your baby daddy or whoever supposedly sponsoring your kid, he's not there for you, so you have to get out there and do what you have to do. Like, there's no question about it. The boyfriend and the girlfriend who together but they don't have any kids. I mean, it don't make sense for that woman to be at home not doing anything. Why can't she be out there getting the hustle on? Trying to provide for her. Because, he could leave at any given time. But as far as a couple that has a kid, I don't think that woman should be working. I mean, it sounds old school, old fashioned, but that's just my opinion. I don't think a woman should be working, because it takes a toll on that kid. Now, it's already understood that the man's supposed to be out there working, which means he comes home late in the afternoon. He leaves in the morning, he comes home late in the afternoon. That's already established in the kid's mind. Well, from the older days anyway. But now you have both parents leaving early in the morning and coming home in the afternoon, and both parents are tired, which means the kid is with a babysitter. Now, some babysitters are the best. I don't know, because I never really dealt with a professional babysitter before, but I'm not going to say I don't trust people around my kid, but I know nobody can do a better job of raising my kid like me or her mother. And I think a lot of parents should take that into consideration. Now, I'm not trying to take away any babysitter jobs or anything, but for the most part, if you want your kid to be the best kid that kid could possibly be, you have to be in that child's life. So by staying home, you'll be making a sacrifice of stop being so caught up on you that time is just as important as money when it comes to a kid, because you can buy a kid everything. I mean, they tell it to us males. Just because you buy a kid gifts doesn't mean that you're raising that kid. Spend time with that kid, teach that kid. How are you going to do that if both of you guys are at work? I don't understand that. So my whole thing is, once you get into a relationship with somebody, once you have that establishment, I think a woman should discuss with her man, look, I don't need to be working, not for the fact of I'm lazy, but it's for the fact of I want to be here for my kid. Now, mind you, just because you're staying home to cook, clean, and whatever it is you want to do, that doesn't mean you have to actually stay home all day. That's the biggest misconception with people. When you say stay home, mom, they look at it as you got to be in the house cooped up all day. No, that's nonsense. You can be out reading, shopping, in the library, dealing with social clubs, whatever it is you do. You can be doing that, doing something constructive, but at the same time, you would be at home taking care of your kids. Now, the career-minded women, I appreciate that. I respect that. But at the same time, you have to find that balance. You have to be in that child's life. It goes from a male perspective to a female perspective. A lot of people blaming males for not being in kids' lives, but these females are not in their kids' lives neither, because they're working so much. They're so independent that they have to provide for their kid. Buying clothes is not really providing, man. That's just gifts, like they would tell us. A judge would tell a man that right now. Just because you bought that kid clothes doesn't mean you're taking care of that kid. It's not taking care of them. So I'm asking y'all to just, reevaluate your situation. I'm not in a perfect situation. No one is in a perfect situation. But we all can strive for the advancement of our kids, because they are the future. And we need to be in these kids' lives. I mean, I'm not perfect, like I just previously stated, but I try to be in my child's life as much as possible. I try to wean her away from material things and teach her values, because that's what's going to stick with that kid. I could buy Jasaria a toy, and that's my kid name. I could buy her a toy, anything today. Next week she's going to forget about it, because it's material. But I can teach her something as far as manners goes today, and that's going to stick with her for the rest of her life. That's what you need to be instilling in these kids, not what's the newest clothing or shoes or the newest toy coming out. It's the values that's going to help that child later on in life. Now, I'm not going to take up too much of your time, man, but I just had to, reiterate on some things, just speak to y'all, let y'all know what's going on with me, how I feel about certain opinions, and if you like it, man, like it. I mean, I hope I didn't offend anybody with this, because I wasn't trying to. I was just, stating an opinion. Well, I think a lot of kids are going astray, and it's because the parents are not home. Y'all have a blessed day. Remember, why fit in when you can stand out? Misfits and bandits.